Today we're going to be working out with one of these. Either a bag similar to this or a grocery bag that you can find at just about any old grocery store these days. Not a paper bag, not a plastic bag. Something that's got some strength to it. And inside the bag is this. Just some unopened seltzer water and 2 6-pack cases of regular water that I got at the dollar store. I think these are about $1.25. It's not really a dollar store anymore, but it's still better than most places. So these, you can save them for drinking later if you want to. That is completely up to you. But mainly what we're going to be doing is putting these 2 cases in the bag, or whatever you're able to lift and whatever you feel cool with working out with. And this is an exact copy of this bag. So these are weighted and rated exactly the same. And what you want to do is make sure that they work. So you want to walk with these for a while on your way back from the store. I like to travel and as much as I can only use my vehicle for emergency these days, especially where gas is so expensive. And on top of that, you end up becoming way healthier the more that you walk around. So one of the main things that I like to do, and something that I would teach any student that trains with me, because a lot of people don't know what to do and they don't know how to get started. So it's like, I just tell them the main thing is learn how to walk and just start with that. So you're going to be doing, if you're going to be training here on this channel or coming to meet me in person to train, to say the least, we're going to be doing a lot of walking. That's a huge part of it. So these are so that you can walk either to or from the store, and you'll have water on you, which is the best part. You can drink them if you want to lighten the load. And the first workout we're going to do as we're walking is to just do a shrug. So you're sort of pulling your shoulders up in a me no no position, right? Like, I don't know. And that's the key with this workout, is to really, instead of just doing this, which is also a workout that you can do, you want to pull your shoulders back like so. So you're basically keeping your arms just about straight, a little bit of elbow bend right there. And you're pulling these muscles, which is known as your trapezius, forms a triangle right beside your neck. You're pulling these all the way up. And you can do reps with them, just like you see a lot of bodybuilders doing in the gym. As you're walking, you can do those reps. Or, one thing I really like to do, as was actually taught to me by somebody else who, once they said it, it was just one of the most common sense workout related advices I had ever heard. It was just like, I never really thought of it like that, to just do this and hold them. So these are also in a way known as farmer walks, which farmer walks you can do like this. It's sort of like if you're lifting a wheelbarrow on a job site and pushing the wheelbarrow. And or just literally hold the bags and just face forward and walk in whatever general direction you're going in. All right, so that's the main workout we're going to be doing, because if you're traveling and you're trying to learn the skills of travel, you're going to be doing a lot of this. You're going to have backpack straps, either on a trail or in the street, whatever you're doing for, as far as planning your adventures, or if it's just like emergency prep like I do here on this channel. You're going to have the backpack straps digging into you quite a bit. And along the way, it's about lightening the load and getting rid of your burden. So you find that later on, you're actually going out with less, not more. But in the meantime, we're going to be preparing for that by just using regular old grocery bags. So one of those workouts while you're walking and just doing your errands is to shrug. And as you go, you can stop and take breaks, and then you have water that you can drink. So that's totally up to you. So you're basically, you're starting with your heaviest weight. And also the other thing is I like to bring, like, say, my phone with me. I just have a little chest carry bag, nice and light, and I keep my wallet in here. Piece of advice, one thing I like to do, I keep my wallet and keys in here, is I just switch to this for all my cards, right? This is literally something you'd see like basketball cards or Pokemon cards go into. I forget what the name of it is, but it's just a little clear case that you carry, playing cards in, collectibles. So I use that for my, my debit cards, credit cards, stuff like that. That's totally up to you also. I mean, do what you want. It just makes things easier, more convenient, and you know, if you're trying to protect your cash, or if you got papers or receipts or whatever, you just put them into a plastic bag and they go right into a little carry bag, whatever you prefer. The main thing here is working out. So again, walking, head, chin goes up, chin slightly tucked, and then shoulders go up and slightly back, and then you're walking forward. And one thing that takes a while is getting over the fact that people are going to be looking at you. You know, people are obviously driving by. You got to get over it, but they're going to be looking at you, wondering what you're doing, what's going on. You just stop caring. That's really the secret to it all. You just stop caring. And if they want to ask you what you're doing, you can feel free to tell them. Maybe it will inspire them, maybe not. So, shoulders back, you're walking. And I wish I could show this, but one thing I like to do, because of where I have the camera and I'm working from my phone, is to go up on the ball of my foot, just right behind your toes, and to walk like that while I'm doing shrugs. And also bend my knees and really engage the muscles of my quads, thighs, and also my calf and shin muscles. That way I'm getting a workout on my legs as well, and really just training to brace my whole body as I'm walking. I'll even later on, when you get more used to it, as I had featured in, I'm trying to think of the name of the video, it was the one where I was doing the hiking skills with the backpack and showing a little bit of hike and stick defense and workouts you can do with your backpack, is to really learn how to brace your whole body. So basically here what you're doing is, while you're walking, you're carrying these bags, you're shrugging these back, you're flexing your arms, you're flexing your triceps, you're flexing your abs and the muscles of your core, your chest. And as you get more in touch with your own body, you're going to learn how to do all of that, hopefully later on. It can take a while, especially if you're somebody that grew up in the gym and you have either a powerlifting or bodybuilding history or some sort of an athletic history. You probably, somewhere along the way, learn how to engage the different muscles of your body and make the connection between the chains of muscle fibers and tissues. So there's that, and then there's the obvious bicep curls. Same thing, you can do it while you're walking. Get those workouts in while you're doing your errands. Right, you're walking, doing your curls. I like to do supinated curls, just basically just reverse. I do these, and then also you can do, because of the handles, you can also do your hammer curls, which is just basically a vertical straight line curl with your fist like that. That also helps you learn the vertical punch, which I'll perhaps be teaching later as part of the art of Jeet Kune Do, which also is the main phrase behind that fighting art is to be like water. Bruce Lee's art, not mine. So in that art, you learn how to punch instead of like this, you learn how to punch like this. And it's all about finding a way through and doing the simplest, most effective thing. So in this case, this is a really simple, effective way to work out to keep your fast twitch muscle fibers sharp, and to continue to build and maintain muscle as you're traveling. Walking itself, actually, believe it or not, jogging and sprinting are really not only good for your body's metabolism, but they're also great for the muscles of your core, your overall bodily strength, your respiratory system, obviously. There's a whole lot of benefits to just staying in motion and not letting those muscles atrophy. I keep picking this up and putting it down, as I say. I pick things up and I put them down. You're going to be doing that a lot if you're traveling. So this helps you get used to it. It's also useful if you're traveling with a companion, a friend or somebody that you take care of or look after, and you're going to carry their bags for them because they're tired. So you learn how to really lift and carry. So you get that, you get your shrugs. You get your shrugs where you just hold that position and you just keep walking. You stay up on, almost on your tippy toes. And you're walking like this and engaging the muscles of your legs. You can do lunges. Feel free to work some of those in if you would like, and also do your lunges and your curls at the same time as you're walking forward. That takes a little while to learn though. Then what you also have is you have your lateral raises. You might want to lighten the load for this one though, because shoulders tend to be one of the weaker muscles in your body. They're also one of the smaller muscles in everybody's body. So you want to be real careful. Make sure not to get any injury to your rotator cuff. Other than that, there's also stuff like this. Also with these, be very careful, especially at first if you're new to this. You can go behind the back like you're drawing a sword, as you see in video games and TV shows, I don't prefer to draw a sword that way. I prefer either the sword from the hip or hanging across my chest, like so. So I don't like the whole drawing from the back thing, because to me it's a pain in the ass, and it's, I don't know. Maybe some people prefer to do it that way. It ain't me. It ain't for me, rather. So you got those. I do teach a little bit of swordsmanship on this channel, by the way. If you have interest in that, feel free to leave a comment. So you got your lateral raises, like so, right out to the side. And you got your front raises, a little bit more difficult. And again, reverse curls or supinated curls, however you want to pronounce that. Right, regular curls, and tricep extensions. I would suggest remaining stationary doing these. Not that they can't be done walking, but stay in place. Practice one at a time. Count your reps if you want. Switch arms. By doing this, a lot of trainers may disagree, but you're also training your endurance, and you really want to get workouts in where you're training like basically for hours, and you're walking with these bags or your backpack and these bags for several hours, usually in the heat. And what I'm saying is to work up to that. Don't start with that, obviously. I hope that's common sense to people, but just work up to that. And what you're really learning how to do again is to walk. Is to walk and to carry, because if you're into traveling, or you're thinking about like planning a backpacking trip, or you're just doing it for emergency preparation, that's one of the best things you can learn how to do, is to walk and be able to carry things for a long period of time. All right, everything else, you know, as far as how you choose to approach things like self-defense, that's up to you. So, you know, feel free to stick on this channel. I'll teach you what I know. If not, you know, feel free to go elsewhere. It's up to you. I'm trying to think. I mean, there's more that you can do with these, but those are really the basic exercises that are going to account for a lot when you're on the road that you want to stick with. And just like anything else, keep it simple. The more efficient you can make it, the better. With anything travel related, backpacking related, it's all about simplicity. It's about if you can make it smaller, if you can make it more lightweight, if you can make it more compact, do it. Why do you want to be carrying all these big bags while you're on the road and have this huge like rucksack that you got to carry on top of that, especially if you got kids or you're traveling with somebody else and they might be tired, you might have to take their bag and carry that for them for a while. So it's like, learn how to travel light. These days what I prefer to do, and I've actually tested this out, I will hopefully, I would say, most likely be doing more videos on this going forward, but having a satchel bag that's a little bit larger than this, quite a bit larger than this actually. Just one satchel bag. I figured out a way to get a blanket to keep me warm, extra clothing, and all the items that I need for my daily activities. And it's sort of an all-around bag so that I can travel the streets, do a little bit of trails if I want, stop at rest stops, travel in my truck, stuff like that. So I just call it the all-around bag. And doing all of this with the waters is part of it. The other thing, if you're bored, is, I haven't tried it with these water bottles yet, is basically just do a little bit of juggling with them. I usually do this with regular water bottles, so this is going to make me look pretty stupid. But you just practice your coordination, right? I got to get used to these bottles. And you're just practicing your hand-eye coordination by doing a little bit of basic juggling. I am not a juggler, as you can see. I'm not a circus performer. Again, you have waters to drink on the road. And also, another thing, last but not least, is going jogging and bringing two regular, not necessarily these, but two regular, just like water bottles with you, right? And that teaches you also the vertical punch. You know, just your basic jab, cross, and running, as we talked about one of the other videos, and just practicing your punches while you're running. You know, practice those punch combinations. 1, 1, 2. You can stop and practice uppercuts. It gives you something to, you know, like focus on, so you're not just, I don't know, it gives you a little bit of weight to put in your hands, like as if you had gloves on. Put it that way. So it's something to do. It's easy. Doesn't cost a lot of money, barely anything at all, and just about anybody can learn how to do it as long as you don't have serious disabilities, which hopefully you don't. I hope this video worked for you. I hope it was informative. May it serve you well in all of your future endeavors. Peace.